45 years old, 3 wins in a row, and he just sliced a 129-point deficit down to 19 in less than a month. Somebody asked Tyler Reddick if he's still comfortable up there because Denny Hamlin is coming and he is not slowing down. Here is what went down at Pocono Raceway in the 16th round of the 2026 Cup season. Denny Hamlin crossed the line first for his 64th career win, his 8th at the Tricky Triangle, and his 3rd straight victory overall. Reddick finished second and still leads the standings, but that margin is now razor thin at just 19 points. Legacy Motor Club had a massive afternoon with John Hunter Nemechek and Erik Jones finishing 4th and 6th. Christopher Bell nearly pulled off a fuel save miracle before running dry with 1 lap to go, and Zane Smith threw away a potential top 3 with a costly crash. That is the short version. Now let us talk about what it actually means. 4 races ago, Tyler Reddick looked like he was running away with this championship. He had over 100 points of breathing room. That kind of lead in the regular season gives you confidence, gives you pit crew confidence, and psychologically puts your rivals on defense. Denny Hamlin is a race almost all of it. This is not a fluke. Hamlin recently surpassed Kyle Busch on the all-time wins list and became one of the rare drivers in Cup history to reach 50 career poles and 50 wins. He is running some of the cleanest, most disciplined racing of his entire career at age 45. That is not something you can write off as luck. Inside the Reddick camp, you have to wonder what conversations are happening right now. Mathematically, they are still in front. Emotionally and in terms of momentum, this series has split. When you go from dominant to barely holding on in 4 weeks, that shift in perception matters. On pit road, in the garage, and in the seat. Let us start with the elephant in the room. Hamlin is not done, but the calendar may be. The next 2 events take NASCAR to San Diego for a street race at Naval Base Coronado and then up to Sonoma Raceway. Right turns, curbs, technical braking zones, these are not Denny Hamlin tracks. He has always been at his best on ovals, and road courses have historically been the one place where his elite level drops off. So the argument from the Reddick camp is simple. Survive the West Coast swing and you can rebuild that buffer heading into the stretch run. But here is the risk in that thinking. A 19-point lead is not survivable on bad luck. If Reddick has one mechanical issue, one incident that is not his fault, the lead flips. And Hamlin, even if he finishes 8th or 10th on a road course, is consistent enough to stay within striking distance. Now let us talk about Legacy Motor Club, because this story deserves more attention than it is getting. John Hunter Nemechek led 42 laps on Sunday. He led more laps in one afternoon than he did in all of 2025 combined. That is not a stat you just brush past. Erik Jones has now given that organization a top 10 in back-to-back weeks, and Jones moved into the top 16 in points, right above the chase cut line. Legacy is not just filling out a field anymore. They are a genuine threat, and with Toyota horsepower behind them, they have the equipment to win. On the flip side, RFK Racing is in serious trouble, specifically for Brad Keselowski. 3 straight DNFs, 34th, 34th, 38th. The co-owner of the team cannot catch a break, and now he sits 17th in points with the chase cutoff looming. Chris Blischer is holding the flag for that organization, 7th place first among all 4 drivers. 8's top 10 of the year, but one driver carrying a 2-car team is not a sustainable position heading into the back half of the regular season. Christopher Bell's situation is its own story. This man fractured his wrist at Michigan and showed up at Pocono anyway. His crew chief called a gutsy fuel save strategy that nearly worked. 1 lap. That is all that separated Bell from a miraculous result. Instead, he coasted to pit road and dropped to 26th. Now he heads to 2 demanding tracks, a street circuit and Sonoma, with a broken wrist. That is not a situation you want to be in when grip and steering input are everything. On the fan side, Hamlin is polarizing. He always has been. His critics will say Pocono is his personal playground and that the road course reality check is coming. His supporters will point to the numbers. 3 wins in a row, closing 110 points in 4 races, doing it against one of the hottest drivers in the sport. NASCAR media is starting to treat this as a legitimate title race again, and rightfully so. What looked like a coronation for Reddick a month ago now feels like an open fight. Analysts who spent the spring building the case for Reddick are quietly hedging their bets. And for Legacy Motor Club fans, all of them, however many there are, Sunday was a moment. Nemechek's pace after that 4th place finish said everything. These guys know they belong now. 2 scenarios heading into San Diego and Sonoma. Best case for the championship picture, Reddick capitalizes on Hamlin's road course weakness, picks up a win or 2 dominant stage finishes, and rebuilds that cushion back above 60 or 70 points. Hamlin stays competitive but cedes ground, the standings stabilize, and this title fight stretches into the fall the way everyone hopes it will. Worst case, Hamlin runs clean, maybe finishes top 12 on both road courses, and Reddick gets caught up in contact or mechanical. The lead flips. Hamlin enters the back half of the regular season as the points leader, and suddenly the entire narrative around this championship reverses overnight. Reddick would be chasing instead of defending, and momentum in NASCAR is a very real, very dangerous thing. For Legacy Motor Club, the best case is obvious. A first victory is coming. If the equipment keeps performing at this level, it is not a matter of if, it is when. For RFK and Keselowski, the worst case is already unfolding. If he misses the chase entirely, the offseason conversations around that team are going to be loud and uncomfortable. Here's the question I want you to answer in the comments. Does Denny Hamlin actually win this championship, or do the road courses stop the run and hand Reddick enough breathing room to close out the regular season? Because if Hamlin is still within 20 points after San Diego and Sonoma, this is a completely different race. And honestly, I am not sure Reddick's lead survives the summer. Drop your prediction below. And if you want the full breakdown every week as this title fight heats up, make sure you are subscribed to SportsWire USA. We cover every angle every week without the filler.